What is this about, radical love? Well, it's a way to live through all. Let's see how I could say it in a simple way. It's a way to stop suffering. It's a way to be happy, to really be happy, and not be plagued with all the things that we're plagued with so much of the time. Self-doubt, I'm not good enough, I'm too good for this person, this job doesn't work for me, I need to suffer for something I did in my past, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not rich enough. The I'm not enough piece to disappear. They're wrong piece. If it weren't for my parents, I would be a happy person. If it weren't for the way I was raised in that religion where I had to believe all these things, I could be free. All that stuff, that could be gone through radical love. And the other one is I don't know how. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how. And then the ones that I kind of add to that is, if only my partner would change. If only. All the if onlys. If only they could see what I see. If only. If only. If only he would get a better job and make more money. If only she would stop drinking. If only, if only, if only. If only he'd lose 10 pounds. And the other thing it can get rid of is having the belief one way or another that you've caused your children to be the way they are. Whereas you have had a lot of influence. But to get rid of the belief that it's your fault, and if only you had, and if only your mother had, and if only your brother had, and if only this could have. It goes back to if only. So I think that with this group, I think we can get through that in 2 days. I really do. So what you need from me is that I'm direct and I'm honest and I say what I see, and I don't mess around with you in any way. But I just say what's obvious to me, and then you figure out, how did she do that? Because you can do that too. That's the whole point of this. You can do exactly what I do and more, because you'd be putting it through you. It wouldn't be me, it would be you. With all that you have, all your natural gifts and talents and capabilities that you don't really think you have and that you wish people would see, and that if onlys again.
Yeah, like of hiding.
Hiding. I mean, that would be something. If you all stopped hiding, it would be we could do it in an hour. That's a good one. We could, radical love in an hour. No hiding. Where are you hiding? Yeah. Pretending, the costumes that you wear. So we're going to learn a few things. You're going to leave here if you participate 100%. And that's the only way I can say it. If you go 100%, you can leave really hearing all of what a person is saying, no matter what their words are. So if someone says anything, you'll be able to really hear and see, it's really both, all of what they're saying and feeling, and you won't be caught by any one aspect of what they're talking about. You won't even notice it. You'll see the whole thing, and you'll be able to respond to what you hear and see from the highest good of all involved, for the benefit of all. So when you do something for the benefit of all, not the trying to be nice thing, or trying to be anything, but when you're really operating so that you and the other people involved are getting something from what you're saying, and it's not just for you, or just for them, or just for any of us, then this happens really quickly, and you speak, and all of a sudden something shifts in you and the people involved, because it's not just one way, or any one way for anything. And so that can happen, and will happen today. So that's today. Listening to what is, seeing what really is, without your spin on it. Imagine that. You have no spin. Even if, some people can't even imagine that. So see how far you're willing to go with it, because it's pretty exciting if you could do that. And if you can't, you want to say, I can't do that, and then we can see it. And we can support you getting over the spin really quickly. We can just see it. Everybody will say what they see. And once we learn how to see, then if people are, if 6 people call you a horse's ass, what are you supposed to do?
Saddle up.
Saddle up. If one person says it, you can always say, well, it's because they. But if 6 people are saying it, you might as well get on the horse. I love that.
That's one of my favorite
things. So the second day is about Radical Love's revealing of what integrity is. It's simple. It has no ethics to it, no morals to it. It's just keeping your word, no matter what it is. So that doesn't just include showing up in time and turning off your cell phones, but it means that if you say you're going to share your fear with yourself even, let's say you don't want to do it with other people, you just want to let yourself know when you're scared, and you see that as you're coming toward the fear, you decide to give yourself a tranquilizer with a nice thought. Oh, a lot of people feel this way. That's a tranquilizer. Or another one is, I could handle this. That's a tranquilizer. Because it's putting a spin on it. But if you could just, okay, I'm scared. What am I scared of? I'm scared to show myself. Well, why? What am I scared of about that? And you just keep sharing that fear, and then you reach a place where you can say it out loud, and not die on the spot, not be humiliated, feel humiliated, not feel weak, stupid, all those things we think, unenlightened and bolder. Just say it and see what happens. Test it. This is a laboratory, and it's confidential. I mean, people will say, well, we like the way Kalila's hair was. That people can say, because I'm jealous of her hair right now. That we could say about each other, but we can't say anything that is hurtful, could be hurtful in the world about anybody. And I would rather you didn't do it about yourself either. Like, I would rather you don't go home and confess to anybody about anything. Like, no confessions. Things like that. So we'll see as we go that this is a place to experience who you are, what we all are, and to see what happens. It's a laboratory.